it is a little like sadder than my expectation. I really thought like I was on the right track, you know. Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this episode, we are doing a very educational video. Like, since when Albion videos can be educational? But in my last video, I think some of you asked, or maybe like just one person asked, if settling is actually profitable or not. And I'm going to show you in this video if it is actually profitable or not. As you can tell, I am a hardcore animal breeder. I have pastures, I have canals on my island. If you want to know how to set up your own player's island, I made a video previously on that, so I'll link it up like somewhere here or in the description and you can check it out. If not, let's talk about settling costs. I did a little something by myself. I mean, it's not the best. It's not the best, but let me just show it to you real quick. Before that, what you need to know about breeding animals is that first of all, you'll need an island. You can choose not to have an island, I'll reach that part later. But if you want to saddle animals, you should have at least like the specs to do so. Again, you can click B or on your destiny board, you will see this. This is animal breeder specs and you can see what you can craft here. And if you have no idea what kind of ingredients or items are needed to craft each mount, you can just click on the one you want to see. For instance, saddle dire ball needs 1 tame dire ball and 20 T7 leather. And as you can see, the estimated price here is usually, I believe, is the normal quality. So of course, if it's of a higher quality, it costs a little bit more. And you can either buy a tame dire bear, so meaning that, dire ball, meaning that it has already grown up, or you can actually breed one yourself with a baby dire ball, which is like dire ball piglet, so cute. Anyway, I'll show you my Excel sheet. Disclaimer before I do that. Disclaimer. This Excel sheet was created under like 10 minutes or so max. Yeah. Because I was looking at my friend crafting with a calculator, Excel calculator, which is already linked to Albion Online 2D marketplace, I believe. Mine is definitely not. I had to manually key in one by one and do my own market research. Not very good at macros yet, but yeah, okay, without further ado. Ta-da! It's a very simple Excel sheet, so don't come at me, okay? Only for those of you who wants to go into the animal breeding, crafting masterpiece mounts business, this is for you. Basically, here I have written down all the scenario based, okay? So for those of you, it might be more applicable to one or another kind of scenario. In this Excel sheet here, I've only done up 4 foals from T3 to T8, cause the lowest tier you can go is T3, right? And yeah, without further ado, let me just walk you through my Excel sheet. Again, the data are taken from Albion, wiki.albiononline.com. Not sure if that's like the most accurate source, but the market is always changing, so you might have to calculate some for yourself. Here I have horses, foals and horses mainly. So in the first scenario, if you own foals and pastures, right? Meaning if you already have the baby horses and you just need food and leather to saddle, okay? And assuming that you have the saddling spec. For T3 horses, you need 10 food. So what's the quantity here? Is the food quantity. You need 10 food, which the cost of food is basically just the crop cost times the quantity, okay? I think like you guys will understand this, right? So I'm not gonna like elaborate a lot on the formulas that I'm using, but you can basically see from T3 all the way to T8 horses, the higher their tier, the more they need to eat. Like, I mean, okay, it's common sense, right? Cause like if you're higher tier, you need to eat more. Actually, not really, but yeah, this is the calculations you need. And look at T8 horse. I'm not so sure if this quantity is actually really correct, but I've gotten the stats from here. So if you have like a better stats or better link that I can follow, let me know and then I can update the sheet. Basically, can you look at the food cost? To be honest, it is quite ridiculous. Like the food cost alone is quite ridiculous. Can you imagine the price of crop? And by the way, this is a carrot. The cost of one single carrot. So you need 2,400 of them, which cost this much. And the price of leather obviously goes up per tier. But however, all the normal horses, they only need 20 leather. Which also means the cost here is simply the price times 20. Okay, so if you add out the total cost, this is the total cost to breed a foal from scratch with the food and then saddling it with the leather. You get this, which is freaking X, to be honest. Look at this total cost. Like for T8, does anybody even use T8 horse? Like maybe I should start using. Anyway, look at the price from the market. This is Matlock price, by the way. BTW is Matlock price cause I'm based in Matlock. So yeah, if you are based in other city, this might fluctuate a little bit. You can tell now the price of horses has been going down to nowhere. And let's say if I have a T3 horse, a T3 foal, and I feed 10 food, which costs me around this much. Then I need 20 leather, which costs me around this much if the price is this, such that the total cost will be around 5.8k. So for every 10.3k that I'm selling out my horses for in the Royals, I only get 4.4. Only 4.4 actually goes into my pocket. So to be fair, 4.4 is still a good number. If all your pastures are filled with T3 horses, this is what you'll get times 9 per pasture. So let's say, right, if per pasture, if I times by 9, cause you can feed 9 horses in a pasture. You can feed 9 horses in a pasture and you can feed rare mounts in kennels, which has only 4 slots. But then now we are looking at horses. So let's continue. So this is the amount that you can earn per day for T3 horses, because T3 horses only need 22 hours to mature if you have premium. If you don't have premium, I highly suggest you not to breed animals, because then you might not be able to get the baby back. If let's say you earn 40k a day just doing this, oh shit, in a month, which is 30 days, you will earn 1 million. Oh my god, this is lower, so much lower than I thought it is, to be honest. Now I'm rethinking my choice as an animal breeder. However, if you can sell these horses in in the black zone, they usually will be able to sell off easily at around 20,000 per horses. Then the profit margin is so much bigger. So let me just show you. In Royals, let's say 20,000 minus total cost times 9 times 30. Can you see the difference? I feel like if you want to sell mounts, it's no longer profitable, or more like it's no longer as profitable now in the Royals, because everyone is doing it. Like, why are you guys doing it? It is so frustrating because the cost of crop has also grown significantly after the previous same week. Before that, in my previous album video, I believe one horse was selling for around 12,000. And the leather was selling for around, how much was it? A T3 leather was around 83, I believe, if I didn't remember wrongly. So let me just simulate the scenario to you. Let's say it was a few weeks back when I just did the trying to craft my first masterpiece video, which I failed miserably, and the price of corn was around 310, and the price of a T3 leather is around, what was it, 83, right? I said. Look at the difference in the profit margin. Now it's up to 4, now it's 1.5, previously it's 1.1. the difference in the profit margin is like, how many percent is that? Like 10, 15? I think I'm rambling too much on this, so let's move on to the next one. If you don't have an island, however, you have the specs. Yeah, let me change this. If you don't want to breed the animals yourself, meaning you buy fully grown animals, fully grown horses, and so you don't pay for the food or anything because they are already fully grown. Yeah, if you don't want to breed the animal yourself, you don't want to use your focus points on breeding the animals, on nurturing them, this is the cost of materials in Matlock. Basically, I just filled this up. And yeah, then T3 horses are no longer profitable. Guys, you are breeding too much horses, stop breeding anymore. Okay, whereas T4 horses is also not as profitable, you can see the difference in the profit margin. Then, if you look at T5 horses, oh, now finally you can break even because previously they were eating so much food. Okay, and now you can like barely break even. T6 horses is much more profitable compared to T3 horses cause the market is so fierce. But to be fair, T6 horses takes, I think, 4 days to mature, 3 to 4 days to mature with premium. So you have to factor all those things in as well. Whereas a T1 horse only takes like 1 day to mature. Yeah. So then if you look at T7 horses, sadly nobody gives a shit about them, nobody wants to use them. And then T8 horses, profit margin is like slightly better. Like actually it's quite good. But then again, I think this is the only one left. I was using the lowest price that you can buy on the market. You also have to take into account the volume of the horses that you are trying to sell, if they actually sell well and if they are actually liquid. Yes. Then next scenario, if you want to break even with premium and you buy your own horses, buy your own baby horses, aka foals. For T3 horse, you can buy it at 19.4k in Matlock. And all these food and prices we have went through before. So the profit margin remains the same. This is the hours, profit per hour. Haha. You might want to look at this. Basically, T3 horses kind of still wins the game for profit per horses just because it matures within a day and the liquidity is actually there and the food prices are going way up. The numbers of days to break even to recover the cost of a foal is 4 days, 15 days. Look at this, 5,000. How many years? How many years does this take? Oh my god, this is so sad. 14.7 years, almost 15 years to break even the cost of a T8 foal. You can also buy from the island merchant, which I think you shouldn't because the prices are usually higher there and it's usually cheaper in the marketplace, so that's a tip for you if you want to save costs. This is my really sad guide for saddling. Is saddling profitable? Yes, it is. If you find a tier horse that is actually very liquid and if the food price actually falls and if the ladder price also don't increase, then yes. It's quite sad, don't you think? I actually think this is quite sad. This is like before I end this, I just want to make a disclaimer that the numbers will for sure change by the time we are looking at this, but then again, this is just a guide on teaching you how you can calculate your profit margin to see if saddling is actually worth it. Yes, that's all. After doing this video, I'm not sure if I still want to breed more and more animals unless it is to maximize my destiny board. Right now, I'm actually at 43 specs for horse breeder and 16 for rare mounts, and ox is only 18. Actually, let me look at the leather T8. Was it so cheap? Like, was it really so cheap? 45. Yeah, oh, it's really so cheap. I thought it was 50 previously. Okay, whatever. Oh my god! It dropped in price! Should I buy this? Let me look at my table. Oh, these also don't include focus points. I mean resource refunds. So you might want to take that into consideration. Settling. Wow, can you imagine if I were to settle it now, even without the resource refund, I would be making a profit. So I am going to buy it now. Before all of you participate in this shit. Okay, should I or should I not? Who bought? Wow, can you see that? Okay, smart people. Average price. Okay, don't buy. I'm not buying it anymore. Oh my god. Okay, let me look at. Yeah, can you see? If I were to sell it now, I'll make instant profit. Okay, never mind. Let me look at the volume. Okay, let's look at the volume. Market research right now. Okay. 129, 24 hours. Okay, it's just a few. You can see it's just a few. And if you look at T3 horses, yeah, look at that. Within 24 hours, the difference in volume in terms of their liquidity is already so different. So yeah, that's all for this video. It is a little like sadder than my expectation. I really thought like I was on the right track, you know, like apparently not. But am I still going to continue breeding horses? I think so. Like, what else can I do? I don't know. That is all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you. Did you see that I just teleported? This happens every single time. Look at my ping, it's not even that high. I'll see you in my next one. See ya. Bye.